What's up, gamers? My name is Scyushi, and today we're going to be taking a look at A Knight's Quest on the Epic Store launcher, which this is actually a really cool game. Think of it as an indie Zelda, because it's just that. It's not like 100% polished or anything. I will say that it definitely feels like an indie game, but it actually is a pretty good one. I still would honestly recommend you pick this game up just because it's actually pretty interesting. You know, it's weird that it just starts right away and the writing is very inconsistent. Like the story, I would say, is a bit wonky and weird just because even right now, like, this is how the game starts. There's no intro or anything. It just goes. And then suddenly our character is going to start talking in this cave, and it's going to be really confusing because it doesn't have any place like anywhere else in the game. We don't know who's talking, our character or the person that's talking to him through the walkie-talkie. Yeah. But that said, I actually thoroughly enjoy this game. I've been having a lot of fun with it, just messing around. What we're going to do today is we're going to do this starting cave all the way up to hopefully the first boss, just to kind of give you guys a bit of a taste of what this game is. And the writing itself, like the jokes, are hilarious. I actually really like them. Unfortunately, this game is very strange and does have some swears in it. It's light swears, but it does have swearing in it, which is very, very weird considering this game looks like it's aimed at a younger audience. So anyways, our character is Rusty, and he's talking to Valley, right? So, wow, looks like you were right, Valley. There's a massive cave under these ruins.
This is gonna be the one, Rusty. According to my research, there's a huge amount of spirit energy up ahead. There must be some treasure in there.
They also prattle on and on sometimes. It's not too bad at first, and at least the dialogue doesn't take itself too seriously most of the time. Like, there's one NPC in particular that just had me, like, in tears laughing just because it's, like, so good. So I've kind of explored a little bit of the game. Obviously, I've gone through this tutorial area, so we got a wooden sword and shield. You probably should have brought something like this in the first place. Exactly. Even though it's not much of a sword and shield. So now we actually just deal with this guy. It's kind of got an auto lock on, even if you don't end up doing the Z targeting, which is kind of strange. Like, your character's automatically going to attack to the nearest enemy anyways, but I guess the auto lock on is most of all so that you don't have to be moving the camera. Now, I'm playing this with a controller, which it does work with a mouse and keyboard as well. Where we're blocking is where the camera's facing. We don't technically need to block these. We could just, you know, platform our way through it. The game would actually ragdoll us if we got hit by one of those things, which is hilarious. You'll definitely see that a little bit later, because otherwise I want to get out of this tutorial cave as quickly as possible. There's lots of collectibles in the open world as well. The open world is strange though, because it still works like a Zelda game, not so much a Metroidvania game where you'll go and find something that requires an item and then you'll come back later to it. It seems like it's a very straightforward, you're just going to this one area, you're trying to end up going to this one dungeon to get a power-up so that you can go to the next dungeon in the first place kind of thing, right? But I will say that the controls, though, still definitely feels like an indie game. Most of all, just with the animations being a little bit, they need to be a little bit smoother for it to be like AAA quality is what I'm saying. But it's an indie game, so you can't really expect that. But everything as far as an indie game is concerned works great. It is a little bit wonky for my taste, and the character is just like weirdly generic, but whatever, you know, it's a great budget Zelda game. That's what I'd say, because you're paying like, what, a quarter of the price or something like that, which is really, really awesome. So here we've got like a big old epic treasure chest, and that sound effect that you hear is not your phone. That's us being called on our headphones. What's this, a note? This chest must be old. I'm surprised this paper is even intact.
What does the note say?
Here's what the note says. Warning, this chest shall grant thee power unimaginable. This chest is really amazing. Definitely do not open. Oh well, better luck next time. Are you kidding me? You haven't opened the chest yet? Aren't you curious to see what's inside? Open the darn chest. See, I don't know why the game swears at me. Make me, you stupid chest. I mean, thou art the hero of destiny, and through thy righteous spirit hast passed mine test of integrity. Open the chest and reclaim thyneth crown. I'm getting some mixed messages here.
What do you think, Rusty?
I don't care, let's open it. See, it's funny. It kind of reminds me, like, I get low-key Hat in Time vibes from this, you know? But it's like if Hat in Time was an RPG rather than a tight platformer that is almost as good as Mario Odyssey. This is a game that is not as good as Zelda, but it's still good, okay? I don't want to... I'm just trying to get the point across that what you should expect from this game is not AAA quality, but it is still a fantastic game. I've actually been, again, thoroughly enjoying it, and there's not that many indie games that I play. You know, usually I'll play a game like this, and it's like really interested at the art direction and the environments and everything like that. But then the gameplay usually kind of sucks. Which, even though the controls are a little bit wonky, they're not sticky, and that's a very big difference, because it at least just controls like very, very to the point, I'll say. Like you'll see most of all, like the platforming is the only thing that I really complain about, and then even then it's not like I end up getting killed off of anything. It's not like I've fallen off of a ledge or anything. That in particular right there, that vault up animation is just a little too long for me, just because later on there's going to be a lot of other areas where we're going to be dealing with that. Anyways, I don't mean to be sitting here and taking away the epicness of this situation by just prattling on about the aspects that I enjoy about this game, because this already is pretty epic. I wish that there was a time limit though, so it would give us a bit more of a sense of dread, because I could literally just stop and stay here and nothing would happen. We would just end up going through it all, you know, the exact same way that the game wants us to. So you see all that glitter when we're in the water? That is quite literally whee, because when we're in water, we actually can't use a lot of our abilities and we can't jump as high as we normally would. I don't think there's swimming in the game. Everything's kind of shallow water, so this guy's gonna taunt us and then we're just gonna get all up in his face. And I'm trying to wait for when he ends up doing his attack. Okay, so we ended up kind of keeping him in a stun lock. Oh gosh. I was blocking that, but that's cool. The enemies kind of home in on us the same as we home in on them. And just in general, there's just some little bits of it that are a bit sticky. Not to mention, just in general, the enemies take way too long to die. I mean, we got a sword upgrade pretty much right away. And then as far as I know, we can continuously upgrade our gear as we go through the game. But I didn't really play that far. I pretty much played up until the first set of gear. So there's going to be all these different types of gear that you'll end up coming across. Like there's going to end up being punching gauntlets and stuff like that, which we'll talk about those when we get to that moment of the game. We're not necessarily going to get any of those items today. I'm just saying that we'll talk about the different equipments as we end up getting to that story part of the game, right? Oh gosh, well, this is going to be terrible. JK, ha ha ha. That actually tricked me the first time I played through this. Like, I paused and I was like, I don't want to fight that many skeletons. They're gonna kill me. And then it was like, that was pretty good when that ended up happening. Okay, so for some reason we're dealing with floating islands now. And thankfully we're almost in the town. This is already like, this is way too hard for like anyone who doesn't understand how this game works. I mean, that said, I already did it just because I'm an epic gamer. But like, you got to think like somebody who isn't the tightest at platforming and stuff, like we literally just learned the controls and now it's already throwing like a, you know, hardcore platforming section like that. Like I'm scared to see what will happen later on, because I think that the game has implied to me as well that it might give us a double jump later, which would be really cool. But I'll put a link in the description to the trailer of the game as well, so you can see you know, the various coolness of it. Now this, oh, I love this intro. I wish more games would do something like this, where our character is, you know, flying out of the cave, and then here comes the logo of the game, and the character kind of interacts with it as well. It, you know, it was a little bit awkward, but I still think that that was something that I haven't seen enough games do. Like, I really, really liked that intro. When I saw that, I was like, this is quality. This is a high quality indie game. Saving game. Is this Link's Awakening? Regalia Port City. The only big thing that I would say about this game is it doesn't really hold your hand, which is weird because it feels like it should, you know? Like, it seems like it would actually give you a little bit more instructions for all this stuff, but then it doesn't, and it's just like, oh, here's the world. And what you're gonna see a little bit later on is, rather than telling the player, go over here specifically, instead of that, it just walls off certain sections of the world until you come back later. Thankfully, I haven't gotten lost or anything, but oh gosh, I love this guy. His name's Jack. Hey, Rusty. Oh, hey, Jack. How could you go swimming at a time like this? You have a nice swim, huh? I nearly drowned, so, no, I did not have a nice swim. Ha! Classic Rusty! You see that floating crystal? I think I might have caused it. You caused a disaster the likes of which our village has never seen before? I can explain. Classic Rusty! I told you, didn't I tell you? Well, you buckle up and listen to the morning I just had. I was sitting here sipping on some milk, then suddenly, wham! Zoom! Carablamo! I spilled my milk, Rusty. It's all gone now. No use crying over it, huh? You saw me cry? It wasn't about the milk, I swear. But that aside, aren't you worried about some big butt crystal coming out of nowhere? See, why did he swear? The whole town is freaking out. This could be the end of days. We could run out of milk. See what I mean? Like, I like how this character is like, he thinks his day is more important than mine, and he's right. It is. That's way more drastic than what we ended up dealing with. So that over there, I'm thinking, is a shop later on. Maybe we can go to these boats to travel to other continents or something. Oh, and then this guy's weird too. Like, the writing's strange, okay? Like, I kind of like it, but there's other aspects of it that are strange. Here's a guy in a porta potty. Hello? Is anyone out there? Yeah, I'm here. Oh, good. Listen, I've been here a while. Regular toilet paper just isn't doing it for me. I want something amazing to wipe with. Something soft and silky. He could have just said, I want to have something soft and silky. A cloak should do it. Call of Duty. That's clever. Okay? So, got a cloak for me? No, I don't, and I never will, you weirdo. Like... See, that's what I mean. Like, it's such a strange game. It's already got, like, poop jokes and stuff. And it's like, why? Why does it have this? And then for some reason, there's characters swearing. Not to mention, like, here, you saw that a little bit earlier over there. We get caught on the terrain sometimes. It's not happening now, of all times. But sometimes you'll just get stuck on the terrain. And that's where that jankiness comes in of, yes, this is an indie game kind of thing, right? But it works simple enough. Wait, what? Is this my guy talking? Shattered a mountain, nearly drowned, summoned a floating crystal. Be cool, Rusty. It's not like anyone knows you're responsible for any of this.
Order! Order! Everyone calm down. As the mayor, I assure you that we are doing everything possible to kill the giant purple crystal in the sky.
Oh God! The crystal is alive?
Have no fear, my citizens. I consulted the finest baristas in the land, and they've informed me that dead people have no rights. With a little teamwork, we can stab them with pitchforks and be done with the whole mess in no time.
I love pitchforks.
Hey. I love stabbing the undead. But what about the crystal?
Finally, a use for all those pitchforks I wasted our budget on.
I have a plan.
It had better involve pitchforks. What is your definitely pitchfork-related plan, Valley? Whatever's happening here is more powerful than any of us can imagine. That crystal is generating enough spirit energy to destroy the whole kingdom. We should consult the Guardians. It's pretty much their only job, just to keep the world safe.
That's brilliant! Well done, capital idea.
His voice keeps changing, okay? Really? Great! It shouldn't be hard to find the Guardians. Rusty and I can get started right away. Guardians? Since when have the Guardians helped anyone but themselves? No, I'm thinking about the Spirit Knights. Spirit Knights? That's just a fairy tale. Gather around, everyone, and listen to the tale of the Spirit Knights, the three strongest warriors in the whole kingdom of Regalia. First, we have Henry the Great, the Spirit Knight of the Wind. Blessed by the wind and sky, he can breeze through any situation. Legends say he once saved an entire village of orphans from a raging fire using only his pecs. Next was Rocky the Rockman, the spirit of fire. This guy's story isn't that cool.
He was a martial arts master, fast and furious like a raging fire, smoldering with the heat of 1,000 suns. He could unleash devastating strikes at blazing speeds. So this is introducing us to the different abilities that you'll end up getting throughout the game. So we'll get like the sword and shield from the wind guy. We get boxing gloves for the martial artist. And then last but not least, we get like, I think it's an ice hammer from this, the ice guy. Ivan the Iceberg. The Spirit Knight of Ice. Cool and strong as ancient ice, he was unstoppable. It's said that nothing could crack through that thick, frozen skin of his. He was the bad boy of the group. Okay. Together they formed the Spirit Knights, watching over us all from icy mountain to fiery desert to gusty forest. I like that there's gonna be the different environments later on too. We'll most of all just be in the forest today though, gamers. That's the legend, my dear, and as we all know, legends are basically facts to be taken at face value. Does that answer your question? I didn't ask a question. Good, good. Well, since there are no further questions, you and Rusty may make yourselves useful for once and find the Spirit Knights. And make sure you find all three. They form a forceful trifecta. I had something for this. It's a reference to the Triforce. Right, Rusty, I'm sure he's around somewhere. Oh, that was her thinking. No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? He's right there. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Of course. I knew he was here and not somewhere not here. I don't understand what her dialogue means. It's scaring me. Stop that. Anyway, if there are no objections, meeting adjourned. New quest, the Spirit of the Wind. Wind Waker? Woo. Hello, it is I, the hero of legends. We don't even have to talk to our girlfriend. We can just rush immediately for the next zone. So we got a compass in the top of our screen that shows us where we're going. They also have a map that is kind of useless just because it just kind of shows a basic representation of the areas. But you can see there's an ice area down here. There's a big old tower that looks really cool. Here's the magma desert zone and stuff. And it's really gets me excited about what we will end up running into later. And I like the way that these knights look. They actually look cooler than me. Like our character, though he looks generic, at least he looks like a hero. Like he looks like a heroic character. So this is what I was talking about 2 seconds ago, where the world is just basically all blocked off. We can't do anything in these areas yet. Even though the NPCs and everything in those zones is already there. Which, I guess it's still good that they're fencing it all off rather than just throwing us into a world where we could get lost. But it just feels kind of tacky to me. Anyways, over here is basically a Deku nut. You got a prickly nut. Diggity. I don't know why it says diggity. Sometimes it says dude and brah. Rusty! Hi, Mom. Hey. I was worried about you. I lost your signal just in the explosion. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little bump on the old noggin. Haha. Well, good, because we don't have any time to waste. The mayor's idea is a wild goose chase. He must think we know nothing about the Spirits Knights to leave out the important part of the legend. I know, right? Who doesn't know the most important part of the Spirit Knights? The most important thing is, money? The most important part of the Spirit Knights were chosen specifically by the Guardians. Yeah, that was my next guess. I'm never wrong. They might be an important piece of the puzzle, though not for the reason the mayor thinks. If we have to find the Spirit Knights, then the closest place to start is the Forgotten Temple. Right, the Forgotten Temple, which is in the direction of... It's west, Rusty. If you would let me finish, then you would have known I was gonna say west. Be careful, Rusty. It's been a long time since anyone has been inside the Forgotten Temple. It's easy to forget how dangerous it is. I guess that's why it's not called the memorably safe temple. Right? Crickets. Head west to the Forgotten Temple. She didn't even acknowledge what he just said. She ignored him. I'll contact you over your headphones. Excuse me? My headphones? Our character looks like a me character. Like... from the Nintendo shop or something. Like it's he still doesn't really look unique or anything. I also get Fable vibes, like this open world area, Temple Field, and it's so blatant that this game has music that's very similar to Zelda. It's slightly different, as you can hear, but I do actually like the fact that it's got kind of a Zelda sound to it, you know. It is kind of nice, just because
because it's cool like that. So anyways, over there, let me actually just show you guys this. So there's a key item. There's keys all around the world that you can end up grabbing. It's just right over there. I'm not going to grab it. There's also slimes that you can see in the top right. It starts emanating and the image becomes more opaque or more clear. The closer you get to the slime, that's just going to be another collectible item. I think the keys are more so something that you can exchange for more powerful gear or upgrades or something. Maybe you open chests with it or something like that. And the slimes are probably just an all-time collectible that's going to give you like some really good item if you end up finding them all or something, even though, will this game end up having a walkthrough? I don't know. What a cute little dog. We got a dingle fruit. Radical. Hey man, what's up? What is this guy? He looks like an acrobat. Hi, I like turtles. Okay. Do you like turtles? They're delicious. Yes, I know, right? That's why I like them. Oh, that's so good. Here, my pet turtle made this. I want you to have it. Got one duty. Why? Thank you. No, thank you. Oh, this is awkward. I was gonna give you a sweet surprise, but it looks like you've already got one. Okay. Like... Oh, that's so good. That's such a good joke. Like, seriously. It's weird, too, because it's like, it kind of, again, gives you those Hat in Time vibes at the fact that you can do all these things. I thought that you'd destroy that sandcastle and then, like, a character should come out and like say something funny about it, or you know, something. Like there's some parts of this game that are just like as generic as it gets, but at least like the writing is kind of strong enough that it keeps you going, just because, you know, it's generic adventure and it's shameless about it. Like it knows exactly what it is and it sells itself just by being honest. You know, like that's what I like about this game. That's where the appeal ends up coming in for me. So there's one more character I want to end up interacting with a little bit further along here who's got some really good jokes. But first of all, let's talk about lasting damage. So certain enemies will end up just reducing our health bar permanently until we end up using a band-aid. It seems like a weird mechanic to be in a game like this. It honestly, like, that's what I mean. Like, it's strange how this game has a lot of aspects from other games that you wouldn't think would be in a game like this. Anyways, let me take out these stupid skeletons. Here we go. Here we go. So that's actually a stronger skeleton, but on top of that, this wooden sword that we've got absolutely sucks. There we go. Oh my gosh. Stop it, you jerk. Jeez Louise. So the funny thing is they take like a bazillion years to die. Most of all because we're still using our starter sword. But the other thing too is they barely hurt us. There is like a way to heal up at, there's like a snail inside the dungeon that we'll go to. We're not going to do the whole dungeon. I'll kind of just do a little bit of the puzzles at the beginning and then we'll skip to the boss so I can show you guys what that's about. But there's a snail that sells you. It's like a fairy fountain from Zelda, but he sells you the heals. So that's where some of your money can end up going. I assume that your money goes towards like upgrading your gear and stuff like that. Maybe it makes it stronger or something, or the game just blatantly is like, get stronger by doing things, you know, like just by progressing through the game. I'm not sure how much of this game has RPG elements, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I think it's just kind of an open world adventure game, if you can even say it's open world. These, I don't know what these are, but you can't interact with them until later. I'm assuming they're fast travel points, but that wouldn't really have much purpose. Just because why would you ever want to return to dungeons unless they either reset or maybe they get harder a little bit later? I don't know. So anyway, I love this guy. I wanted to show you guys this because this guy was really, really well written. That arm! Ah, what arm? Whose arm? I don't have any arms. I must have that arm. I should be like backflip for style already. I'm missing it because I'm trying to think of a voice that this guy could end up using. So power up. Power up your weapons by landing multiple attacks without getting hit, gaining extreme power for a few moments. Parries and perfectly timed dodges will also power you up much quicker. So parries are pretty much the same as Zelda Breath of the Wild. You're blocking and you tap the B button. This is his parry. Look at that animation. It's just so subtle and stupid. It really needs to be a lot more exaggerated, dude. That said, no, it doesn't, because you can literally just tap it and you'll pretty much parry anything, which is actually nice, because I don't want to have to time it with an animation that I can't see.
Sorry, armed stranger. I should not have demanded that you give me your arm. It was rude and boorish and other adjectives. I'm just a little frazzled. I was meditating in the Forgotten Temple when I felt a huge quake. Before I knew it, what was happening, horrible monsters had overtaken Temple. So I got out while the getting was good, but there's still someone trapped in there. Are you here to help?
I'm looking for the Spirit Knights. Are you one of them?
That's a good one. Spirit Knights, you say. Tell you what, I'll make a deal with you, armed stranger. You see that driftwood on your back?
Oh, this is my whacking stick.
Well, lucky for you, I think it's time for an upgrade. I found this sword and shield in the Forgotten Temple. I'll trade them for your whacking stick. Metal weapons are too heavy for me. What with these noodle arms? So you take them.
You'll need them for heading deeper into the temple anyway. You got the Spirit Sword and Shield. This is one of the divine weapons. Your attack power has now increased. With these, you can cast powerful wind magic. All right, cool.
So that's it. You're going to take the sword without saying not even a thank you? They should call this the Temple of Forgotten Manners.
Wait, something's not right.
Monsters, show me what you got. Show me what you got and do something.
He calls me Arm Man or something. So now we're actually a little bit stronger, which is nice. Ow, excuse me.
Not much stronger. Wait, that arm of yours, I think I've got an idea.
All your ideas seem to involve me parting with my arm at some point.
Not this one. Did you ever, I don't know, try casting a tornado out of your arm?
How do I do that? Okay, I skipped the dialogue there, but we just press right trigger and then we can throw a tornado, which is cool, but most of all is a puzzle utility that we'll end up using inside the actual dungeon. Let me just try to get rid of this guy, and you know what we're gonna do here? Parry! Right back at you, buddy. So now we've actually got that extended damage, as you can see. And it seems like we auto parry against enemies while we have this glow around us as well, which is kind of nice. Thanks, man.
Thanks for saving my bacon, arm friend. You're tougher than you look. Now go help the guy trapped in the temple.
How do you know he needs help in the temple?
He,
no longer has a sword and shield. There's no time to explain. You've got to help him.
Oh, so good, dude. Seriously. It really is. Like, that's the thing. If there's any reason that I would keep playing this game, it would just be for more of the jokes. Because it's like, I really do like the dialogue. Some of it just falls flat. But a lot of it is just really, really good and really my sense of humor. So quite literally from Zelda, we have these. And we're shooting our tornado in to activate these. This is pretty much the exact same as the Deku Leaf from Wind Waker. Right? Valley, I just shot wind out of my metal arm. Is that normal?
No, Rusty, that's not normal at all. How did that happen?
A crazy old man in a mask gave me a sword and a shield and told me to shoot a tornado out of my arm. Very funny. Goodbye, Rusty. Oh, okay. I guess she's supposed to be like Navi, right? Which, oh, jeez. It's weird that this game throws like harder platform elements at you when like most people wouldn't know how to do these things just yet. So unfortunately, while we do have a charged attack, which is cool, we don't actually, like, we can't move while we're using our charge attack, which kind of sucks. You can see in the top left as well, that little dot right up there is showing that we have one charge. We'll get more charges as the game progresses on, but that is used for our tornado or for our spin attack as well. The spin attack isn't really that useful though, honestly. It's just faster to attack everything in our face anyways. And then behind my face cam, see, we've got the different elements. So we would be able to swap from the 3 different elements, I guess just on the fly. And then there's also these other different inventory items that I haven't been using. Like, let's use this one right here, which I don't know what that did. I guess it just made me stronger or something, or gave me a defensive buff, or who knows, who cares. That's okay. I should go into my inventory and read it all. Anyways, this right here is really, really tight. This is kind of what I mean when I say, like, about the platforming being very strange that they throw this to you right away, because this is really, really, really brutal with the timing. Oh man, we almost actually failed already just by messing up one jump even slightly. It's crazy. But I guess it's cool that they have stuff like that. We got quite a bit of money off of it. Yes, your money can ragdoll off the cliff, which is stupid. Like, seriously? I don't know why it does that. It should just give us the money. I like the wall running, though. Like, at least it's all very smooth and, you know, you're not really dealing with too many problems. So this is where, like I said earlier, we're sitting here and we can't end up doing our wind attack because we're in the water. Now, these vines over here, this is why I think maybe we get a fast travel point for this place later, because maybe we've got to come here later, because we do not have the ability to end up cutting down those vines just yet. I haven't gotten that at any point throughout playing this game, so I'm assuming it's a lot further in the game, maybe after we've gotten all of the elemental bosses out of the way. So this puzzle kind of sucks. Basically, we gotta get to a certain height in order to activate our wind tunnel on these things. So we also can't move this boulder until we've dealt with the nearby enemies, which is a little bit weird, but I'm kind of gonna end up skipping through this puzzle just because it kind of sucks. I'll just show you a basic idea of what we're gonna be doing here, though, just so that you know, because I'm gonna be wandering around. Whoopsie daisy. I'm gonna be wandering around this map, activating all of these so that we can end up activating all of these pillars. And finally, last but not least, we're going to end up moving this one right here, and that's going to end up giving us a lever that'll allow us to progress. Now, the other thing too is that some of these puzzles, I won't say that they're designed badly or anything like that. It's more so personal preference at this point, I think, because you notice how, like, over here, we had to push that giant cube in order to end up jumping onto this first pole. And rather than in a game like Zelda where you just push it, this is how you push these cubes in this game. And annoyingly enough, I've actually ran into 2 instances. Like, I've played this game I played it just past the first boss, basically. And there was already one too many instances where we had to waste our time pushing the cube like that. And there's actually a spot inside the dungeon itself. Can you get up there, bud? There's actually a spot inside the dungeon itself that is awful because you can quite literally accidentally press a button that will end up resetting the cubes. So you have to, like, go through it all over again. Here's what I mean about these jumps being, like, a little too precise there. He didn't keep his momentum. But it's weird that this game already, it's expecting a lot from the player, you know what I mean? Which thankfully handles itself well enough that it's fine. Like, I'm not complaining about it or anything. I just say that it's a little crazy that it's already throwing, like, these tiny little slivers of jumping areas just like that early on. Now, here's the cool thing. There is actually quite a bit of side treasures that we can go for. We can climb up there and there's some gold. We can activate this again, and over on that side you can see there's a hidden chest over there. But we're just gonna rush through the dungeon as quickly as possible here, gamers, because I want to just get to the boss and get her done so that you guys can decide for yourselves whether or not you want to purchase this game, which I still would recommend it. You know, it's like $20, $25 or something like that, depending. I mean, I'm Canadian, so everything's expensive for me, but you're definitely going to end up getting the value out of it, because near as I can tell, this game's actually pretty long, which is cool. And you know, I still just, I like these types of games. Like, in all honesty, if I had more time, there we go, it's pretty lenient with the deflection shots. If I had more time, I would definitely be doing a full Let's Play series of this game, because it's right up my alley. Like, I enjoy these types of games a lot. You know, and I think this is great. So we're activating that so that we can end up going backwards, because we need to go a little bit further. Not here. This is just a random potion. Dude! Nice. We're gonna ignore this enemy because there's not really much point in fighting them. And this is that cube puzzle that I was talking about. I hate this area. Do not accidentally end up activating any of the switches in here, because for some reason they'll just reset the platforms. So if I move this over here, and then, was it over on this side? And then if I do this, that actually just resets it. I don't know why. I'm guessing... Okay, now I know why. Yeah, so there's a point in this puzzle where you can just screw yourself over and then you would be stuck. Which is not really, that's not really great puzzle design, honestly, if there's a reset button. Like, that's kind of weird, you know? But it gets the job done. So we also have a ground pound attack, which doesn't really seem to do that much. So we're going to use this. Whoa, that was scary. And then we're going to move this cube over here. And this is where things get a bit weird. Because now we actually have to go all the way back through this whole area. I mean, thankfully we have the shortcut, so it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. But it's these little things like this I feel would start to get to me the further we would get in the game, where they would have stuff like this and it would just be like, I don't know. I don't like backtracking. What can I say? I mean, what do I expect? You know, for an indie game, this game is fantastic, okay? So I shouldn't even be complaining about stuff like this. But anyways, we couldn't normally push this cube until we were on the other side and moved that other cube out of the way. And now we've got to do this, which is stupid. Like, please just let me actually push it a lot faster. You know what this game actually would probably be the closest to as far as a game is concerned? Darksiders, I think. Darksiders 1. Except, I mean, of course, that's like a AAA game. This is an indie game, but it's good, man. Like, I still think that this game is absolutely awesome. So this area is kind of weird because right here we can activate this and then it lowers this. The reason for that is there's going to be a bunch of archers that are going to spawn on all of these pillars, right? But we can easily just deflect their attacks. So I don't understand the purpose of it. This is also a special enemy, which is very weird. I don't understand this guy. Like, he's just tricking us for some reason. I'm trying to get the stun on him here. There we go. Because we can do like a set amount of attacks before they just decide to start attacking back. And our character seems to get a little bit weird with the blocking. I don't know why. Maybe I can parry, actually. Yes, we can. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that we could parry melee attacks. Huh. Well, that's cool. But we got some weird items from him. I'm guessing that's just like another item that we would need to collect for whatever reason. So now all those enemies, there's archers all over all these things, which again, the game wants us to actually be using the wind ability, but I'm instead just going to end up deflecting these shots and taking all of them out. I did it! So now we can progress forward. And if I'm not mistaken, that's already going to end up being the boss. So this dungeon was a lot shorter than I thought it was. When I first went through it, it took me quite a while, but that was also because I was off and on, like I was playing and then I wasn't. Here's that stupid snail. I like this guy. Greetings, fellow traveler! Alexander the Great. I see you're in need of some healing. Yes, absolutely, my good sir. Then have I got a solution for you. All right, I'm listening. For a low price, you can use my healing well. That will cure all that ails you. How about 5 gold? Let's do it. Why not? Right on. Here we go, man. Now, is this permanent or is it a one-time use? Enjoy! If it's permanent, then that's cool. Then that's definitely worth 5 gold. Yeah, it is. Okay. First time through, I didn't know it was perma. Oh, hello again. The healing well is right over there. Feel free to take a dip anytime you're in need. So I guess it's unlocking a fairy fountain. So there'd be no reason not to buy those. Not that it really helps us out. Like they're clearly just preparing us for the boss so that we can be at full health. But it's like, okay, what? Like, why? What does that matter? Yes, general windpipe. Get it? Because he doesn't shut up. No, we'll take this guy out in a minute. Which, oh my gosh, please climb the ladder faster. So right up here is the hero. So we're actually using his sword and shield. I don't know if he comes into play a little bit later, but hey man, what's up? Is it just me or is that a naked dead guy? That must be the spirit knight of wind. We're looking for, why is he naked though? I'm gonna poke him with a stick. Wait, he might just be unconscious? I can't find a stick. All I have is this sword. No, don't poke him with the sword. That's much worse. Do you see those stars around his head? That means he's knocked out. Fine, no poking. This time. What the? You are the one who opened the chest. Why do you say the one who opened the chest? Like it's got menacing capital letters. The gauntlet. I must have the gauntlet now. If this is your way of making... Oh, if this is way of making friends, I got a sword with your name on it. Something. Or rather, okay, anyways. You think that you can handle me, big guy? Oh my gosh. Okay, he's doing his weird twister attack of destiny. He's pulling me in like a vacuum cleaner. Like, okay, so certain enemies will have impenetrable barriers. You have to use a magic ability to end up taking out the barrier, which we just did. Easy peasy. He's doing his vacuum cleaner again. Oh no, look out! He's pulling me in. Whoop. There you go, dum-dum. Look at this guy. Such a pushover. That's what I mean. Like, this game is easy, dude. So easy. Oh god. He's got a second phase and pulled a skeleton out of the ground. All bosses have elemental weaknesses. Can you find it? I know what his weakness is, thankfully. Here it is. There, what? I don't know what happened there. I was supposed to have knocked that dude out of his hands, I thought. Oh no, this is his weakness. Okay, so there's a log over there. He's following us now with his stupid vacuum cleaner powers. Yeah. There we go. We've got it ready. Come on, buddy. So he slams into it. Bam! And then that broke the skeleton that he was using. So it gives us an ample opportunity to just attack him like a crazy person. Ow! Get up, dum-dum. Huh! I can take out your barrier, you idiot. I don't know what he's doing right now or why he's like hurting me so much. He was literally just walking in a straight line towards me. Ow! Oh, that hurts. Whoa! Don't do it, man. Don't do it, gamer. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. So he's gonna throw down our log somewhere, right? Where's the log? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Huh. There we go. I don't know why we have to use the wind on this log, but well, he hurt me, but I hurt him. At least he ended up losing his buddy. Here we go. I'm used to pressing B to roll, but it's not actually the roll button. The roll button's like R2 or R1, I mean. Please leave me alone. Whoa! There is invulnerability frames, although I'm just not very good at it. Haha! Well, at least we got him like super duper easy. So you see, it's a really good game. Like it's really cool. It reminds me of a lot of old indie games that I used to play, and I would love to do a full Let's Play series of this game, but I'm just stacked right now with all the other games. So I figured that we would do a long enough video again just to show you guys. Try it out. Check it out. It's on the Epic Store. I don't think it's on Steam or anything like that. Now this is a trophy of the boss. I don't think we get to actually use it, though it would be cool. I guess it's similar to the masks that you end up getting in like Majora's Mask or something. Rusty, you said the crazy old man gave you a sword and a shield, right? Yeah. Does it have a weird gear symbol on it? Yeah. Eee! This could be huge. Hurry back and I need to see it. Blah, 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 blah. Don't undermine the fact that I just fought a big guy that was attacking me with a smaller guy. So one last thing here, gamers. One last thing, okay, before we end up going. So we get to exit the dungeon, which is convenient and nice. What? I literally just said yes. I don't know why he didn't do it, but whatever. I guess I did it too quick. This is the cool thing, because this right here is a heart container, pretty much. I don't know whether or not you just find them organically out in the world, but at least it gave us more health by fighting a boss, which is really, really cool. Thanks for watching. Smash like, sub for more. Have yourselves a great day, gamers. If you want to support me, buy some of the merch. Links are down below. Sign on. Stay epic, everybody.